Just want to bring you some breaking news regarding the King and the Pope. King Charles will become the first British monarch to pray publicly with the Pope since the Reformation 500 years ago. It's during a state visit to the Holy See that's taking place next week.
Does not, as the Quran says, God does not burden any soul with more than it can bear. Hope that you have a blessed and fulfilling Ramadan. Ramadan Mubarak.
King Charles's speech on Islam will blow your mind.
What will happen on October 23, 2025? This is a huge step towards one world worship. The kings of the earth will bow to the beast of Revelation 17 as predicted by the prophets. Will England worship the papacy? As a result of what will happen October 23. Welcome, dear friends, to TIBP Media, where we put truth and Jesus at the center of prophecy. Revelation 17 verse 2, that the kings of the world have committed adultery with her, the church of Babylon, and the people who belong to this world have been made drunk by the wine of her immorality. CatholicNewsAgency.com. King Charles and Pope Leo to pray together in historic ecumenical moment at the Vatican for the first time since the Protestant Reformation of Luther. A reigning British monarch and a pope will pray together publicly during a royal state visit to the Vatican. This is deeper than we thought. King Charles III will join in ecumenical prayer presided over by Pope Leo XIV for the care of creation inside the Sistine Chapel on October 23, 2025, beneath Michelangelo's frescoed ceiling during the King's first state visit to the Vatican with Queen Camilla. But will this force England to worship the Antichrist? We will see October 23 and its effects. We are getting close where all the world will wander and worship after the beast. For the first time, dear friends. Why only now? We will discuss it shortly. But one of the most powerful monarch in the world, King Charles, is taking sides and making it clear that he is one with the papacy to unite the world into one world religion under Vatican policies. CNE News says most Germans want Reformation Day to become an official holiday. On October 31, 1517, Martin Luther nailed his 95 Theses to the door of the town of the church in Wittenberg, Germany. Today, this day is celebrated as the so-called Reformation Day. October 31st should not be called anything in connection with Halloween. Christians should not participate in Halloween. October 31 should be known as the Reformation Day, but the devil has brought in the celebration of satanic Halloween as a massive cover-up. As far as Protestants are concerned today, as proclaimed by Tony Palmer before, Protestantism is dead and long buried. King Charles and Pope Leo's alliance coming together is proof that the Mark of the Beast movement is rapidly progressing and Protestants are blinded. As a matter of fact, if you reside in America, you should understand that you're called to be a Protestant. Why? And that's why America was called Protestant America. Because it stood up against the papacy in the old world. And America became a land of refuge for the Puritans, the Pilgrims, those who were oppressed royally, and those who were persecuted by the church in the old world. And they came to America Did you know that in the past, Britain, England was once a Protestant nation? April 18, 2025, King Charles faces backlash criticisms over nods to Islam, other religious traditions in his Easter message. Although the onus of the message is on the Christian celebration of their Easter, the king's message has been criticized on social media over the promotion of Islam and Judaism. I quote, he said, "The love he showed when he walked the earth," which is Jesus, reflected the Jewish ethic of caring for the stranger and those in need, and a deep human instinct echoed in Islam and other religious traditions, and in the hearts of all who seek the good of others. Responses on social media have been strongly critical of his decision to include the other faith in his message intended for a Christian festival, as important as the quote-unquote Easter, especially in light of his official role as Supreme Governor of the Church of England and the title Defender of the Faith as Britain's reigning monarch. One of the comments says, "It is unfortunate that whoever vetted King Charles's remarks did not point out to him that Orthodox Judaism and Islam both deny Easter. Orthodox Jews do not believe that Jesus was raised from the dead, and Muslims do not believe that Jesus died on the cross. It makes one wonder how much the king understands his own faith. It would have been better not to reference other faiths at all in his message." This message, dear friends, cannot be overemphasized. King Charles will be the first British monarch to pray with the Antichrist Pope for 500 years. Monarch to given the title of Royal Confraternity in the symbol of friendship with the Catholic Church. First time in 500 years is like a slap in the face. Martin Luther's protest, the posting of the 95 Theses, that was 507 years ago as of October 2025. What is Rome's Royal and Venerable Confraternity symbol means? Answer: it means friendship with the Catholic Church. You're now seeing the so-called Protestant denomination going back and joining an alliance. Friendship with the Mother Church. And who is that? The Mother Harlot Church, Rome, headed by the papacy. Question, dear friends. Is England mentioned in the Great Controversy? And what is her prophetic role? Great Controversy 290, paragraph 2. At the opening of the 17th century, the monarch who had just ascended the throne of England declared his determination to make the Puritans conform or harry them out of the land, or even worse, hunted, persecuted, and imprisoned. They could discern in the future no promise of better days, and many yielded to the conviction that for such as would serve God according to the dictates of their conscience, England was ceasing forever to be a habitable place. And true enough, in prophecy, you see the movements of King Charles. Some say and convince that he has betrayed Britain because he is favoring Islam now and being the climate king, following the steps of Laudato Si. It is a good thing to know that we have a remnant church, the remnant people of God, and Jesus wants us to rely on Him for strength, because the devil will hit us, will hit the remnant church at end times to hinder the preaching of the three angels' message and witnessing to people. Bible prophecy shows us that the protest is not over. The 144,000 will carry the three angels' message to all the world, and Christ will be exalted. Kindly type in the comment section, the protest is not over. Thank you, dearest friends. Kindly like and share Truth Found in Bible Prophecy.